Global equities around the world had their best month since January. Apple hit $1 trillion market cap. Majority of asset classes are at or above late January highs. It's been a summer heat wave, says our next guest, Alli McCartney, managing director at UBS Wealth Management USA. Okay, so what's your thesis on how to play this, what was a July heat wave that's coming into August now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to continue. August is usually a pretty quiet month just in terms of who's around. But I think, like we saw today, oil moved down based on trade concerns. But there's still a lot of movement. People are still reacting. I think this is the time. We saw first last week, we finally saw growth and value sort of pivot and the value trade really start to work. The value trade, based on where we are in sort of late stage cycle, it's really important to be thoughtful about where you're invested. I think it's time to get into energy. Today probably gives you a buying opportunity on that.
Okay.
We're at a 40-year low in terms of price to book on that. I mean, that's a really meaningful thing to talk about when you're talking about a country that's becoming energy independent and where you're coming out of a market that had huge demand constraints and now we're a little bit supply constrained. Financials, we are really bullish on financials right now. I mean, you have a great macroeconomic environment. You have probably the one area that's less sensitive to protectionist rhetoric. So that's really important. You have an ability to reprice assets with rates moving up. You have super low default rates in the world, and you have a much easier regulatory environment that makes it less costly and easier to be in the area.
So, Alli, you're saying don't get out, just move to the places you like. We're going to put all of your picks up on Facebook.com/Liz Claman. Alli McCartney over at UBS.